Alright, good evening and welcome race fans. Tonight, the season finale here at IWCR, their Gen 6 series coming to a close tonight. Going to be an exciting race, double points tonight. Travis Townsend in the top of the points, but I have not seen him in here yet. That doesn't mean he may not show up here a little later, but I have not had a chance to see him. So hopefully he'll get here. He does have a pretty good lead, though. Get to the points here in just a second. Got a 42-point lead over Galen Gidman, so probably wouldn't even have to show tonight and win it. But that's not Travis Townsend's style, so I don't look for that to happen. Lots of good racers out here tonight. This, like I said, this being their season finale and all. Hopefully we get a lot of viewers in here tonight. This should be exciting. Galen Gidman, like I said, Galen Gidman 42 points behind Travis Townsend in second. Jeff Porter is back 59 points. John Schweikert, which isn't racing in the league anymore, is 90 points. Thomas Brander, 92 points. Could potentially move, well, he will move into fourth, but I'm not sure if he'll have enough there to get up to third place. Storming bad here, folks. Lots of lightning, thunder, rain, torrential downpours. Hopefully I don't lose you. This could be a night to remember. Oh boy, I don't want to leave here, you know, get kicked out with this being the season finale and all, but I can't control Mother Nature. 2.5 minutes left, folks, until qualifying, so make sure you got your drinks in hand, a snack if you got something to snack on, and ready to watch this race because it's going to be a good one. Season finale here tonight at IWCR Gen 6 Series at Homestead for 125 laps. All right, folks, less than a minute here until qualifying. And we're still waiting on a few. I still have not seen Travis Townsend. I was going to look real quick here and see if he has been in here, but I don't see him, folks. Interesting. Well, he could win this by default, but that's just not Travis's style. I kind of really expected him to be here tonight and put in a valiant effort for the win here, so maybe win the race and the season. But I think he's going to be happy with winning the season here for sure. Really wish I could have got a chance to talk to him, but we're going to step away here for a minute and play our national anthem, and we will be back here shortly.
Guys. And now for the most famous words in motorsports. Gentlemen, start your engine!
Okay, Nathan Sedlick coming in already with some time. Roger Wagner not far behind him. Jeffrey Porter now beating out Roger's time. Sean Medling in fourth place. Don't look like we're going to have a whole bunch of qualifiers out here tonight, sure. Jesse James in there. Quinn Johnson coming in fifth, pushing Sean back to sixth. Thomas Brander coming in second. He has been on an extreme hot streak lately, so look out for Thomas Brander. Yes, sir. Joe Roberts, Nathan Sedlick, Thomas Brander, Jeff Porter, Roger Wagner. All RPM guys there in the top 5. That's pretty amazing, Eric. Definitely proud to be part of them, I'm sure. Well, it sounds like the storms have subsided just a little bit here, so maybe we'll get a reprieve and won't have too many things to hold us up here and possibly lose connection. So been storming here off and on throughout the whole night since about 5 o'clock this afternoon. So hopefully we'll be all right. And Steven Pearson, Mr. Be There at the End, taking the pole away from Joe Roberts. Look at this, folks. You want to talk about a tight-knit group right there. Top 7, I believe, are all RPM guys. That's pretty amazing. Should be getting pretty close to the end of qualifying here. About 3.5 minutes left in qualifying, folks. All right, we should be getting down to the end of it here pretty quick. Stephen Pearson going to be our pole sitter. Joe Roberts second, Nathan Sedlick third, Thomas Brandner fourth, Jeffrey Porter fifth, Michael Leiby sixth, Roger Wagner seventh, Johnny Reed Foley eighth, Quinn Johnson ninth, and Kevin Spaulding. That would be the top 10 so far. Not sure if there's any other qualifiers out there. Daniel Smallwood 11th, Mike Vining 12th, Sean Medling 13th, Brandon Kreutz in 14th, Jesse James taking a kind of a what I call a provisional lap there, just kind of bleeding it out. Looks like we're not going to have a huge field here, about 18 drivers, and still no sign of Travis Townsend, our possible champion, with a 42-point lead over Galen Gidman, and I don't even see Galen Gidman in there. So, interesting. We could see a total upset here tonight with double points. All right, that's going to do it for qualifying. So we'll get down here trackside and find the pace car and give you an account of where everybody is starting. All right, Stephen Pearson on the pole with a 31, almost a 31 flat. Man, awesome lap, Stephen. Hope you can hold that up. 31.004. Congratulations to him for snagging the pole here tonight. Joe Roberts starting in second place in the number 6. Nathan Sedlick in the number 35 starting third. Thomas Brandner in the number 24 starting fourth. Jeffrey Porter in the number 99 starting fifth. Michael Leiby starting 6th in the number 5. Roger Wagner in the number 31 starting 7th. Johnny Reed Foley, good to see Johnny in there, taking time away from his career, singing career. Give us a little bit of reprieve here and have him join the race. So good to have him back in here. In the number 3 starting 8th place, Quinn Johnson, newcomer to the league, in 9th place in the number 10. Kevin Spaulding in the number 13 starting 10th. Daniel Smallwood in the number 88 starting 11th. Mike Vining in the number 72 starting 12th. Sean Medling, another newcomer to the league, in the number 37 starting 13th. Brandon Kreutz, another new member, in the number 93 starting 14th. Jesse James, another new member, in the number 82 starting 15th. I don't know. Yeah, there's Randall. Randall's starting in the 9th place, first one to not qualify. Tony DeGennaro starting 12th, and shotgun on the field, Lee Horner in the 06. Okay, folks, we are ready to get them going here. Yeah, shout out to some of our faithful viewers, Mr. and Mrs. Smallwood, always in there watching Daniel race, Steve Hurst, Tom Brandner, James Jackson, Cameron, Diane, Sharon, Leanna, Dylan, Pat, Logan, Dan, and Mason. Just to name a few of our faithful viewers. I always like to get that in there. People like to hear that when they're a faithful viewer. Okay, we're ready to kick it off here, folks. Lights are off on the pace car. As the field starts doubling up here and getting it tightened up a little bit. Long race ahead of them, 125 laps. Pace car is in. Joe Roberts, right out of the shotgun, takes off and pulls away from the field. Or I'm sorry, not Joe Roberts, Steven Pearson. What am I saying? Steven will beat me up for that one. Nathan Sedlick in second. New paint job for Nathan in the Toyota. Joe Roberts looking to the inside, maybe here going into turn 3, gets a good run down the backstretch. Into turn 3 inside Nathan Sedlick, those two teammates. And it looks like he's going to take that position away from him. Thomas Brandner now looking to the inside of Nathan Sedlick. Backs out of it, or he would have been into the back of Nathan Sedlick. That could have been bad. Kevin Spalding back here in 9th place. Quinn Johnson 10th. We got two look-alike cars out here. Dale Earnhardt Jr. fans. Dale Earnhardt Jr. is running the Microsoft Windows 10 paint scheme this weekend, folks. Look for it on NASCAR. Brandon Kreutz looks like started a little late there. Is going to be about 3 laps down, just coming off pit road. Roger Wagner in 8th, Jeffrey Porter 7th. Jeffrey to the inside of Michael Leiby. Nathan Sedlick to the inside of Johnny Reed Foley. Sedlick trying to hang on there to 4th place. He gets a good run and gets by Foley. Foley falls into the 5th place. And Jeffrey Porter drives by on the outside. Now Roger Wagner into the picture. Roger coming from 7th. Here he is in 7th. About to lose that spot. Yeah, he is hanging on to 7th right now. Long race ahead of these guys, so definitely got to take your time here, folks. Quinn Johnson in 11th. Daniel Smallwood 10th, or 12th, excuse me. Sean Medling in 13th. Jesse James, the Jesse James, in 14th here, folks. Randall Drake in 15th. Tony DeGennaro 16th. Lee Horner 17th, and Brandon Kreutz in 18th. Several laps down already. Back up front, Joe Roberts creeping up on Steven Pearson. Gotta run. And it looks like he is going to get by Steven Pearson. Yes, he does. He gets by Steven Pearson. So Joe Roberts in the lead here, folks. For the first time today, Joe Roberts leads a lap. Remember, double points tonight. Double points. Branner in 3rd. Nathan Sedlick 4th. Jeffrey Porter in 5th. Roger Wagner 6th as he gets around Johnny Reed Foley. Puts Foley back to 7th. Somebody else on pit road. Looks like Lee Horner. Looks like he's got a little right front damage on that car. That could slow him up, so he may be coming to pit road here to have it looked at. No, just a drive-through. Okay. Joe Roberts and Steven Pearson. Pearson now 0.6 of a second back of Joe Roberts. Another driver that has been extremely fast as of late, Joe Roberts. As he comes up on Brandon Kreutz. Brandon several laps down, about to go another lap down, stays up high, lets the leader have the bottom line. And Joe drives underneath him as Brandon gets up and almost into the wall. He gets into the marbles up there, and it's really loose territory. Now, second place, Stephen Pearson to the inside of Brandon, passing him up easily. Thomas Brandner next. Brandner gets by easily. Nathan Sedlick about to come up on him and diving it to the bottom here in turn 3, drives around Brandon Kreutz. Foley in sixth as Roger Wagner moves into 5th. Jeffrey Porter must have slipped or something there. He's back in 7th now. Everybody pretty much nose to tail right now. Michael Livey in 8th place. Started 6th today. He's back in 8th. Kevin Spaulding 9th. Mike Vining 10th. Quinn Johnson 11th, and Randall Drake moving to the 12th place after starting 16th. So he is moving forward. Jesse James in 13th. Sean Medling 14th. Tony DeGennaro 15th. And quite a ways back to Daniel Smallwood. Not sure what happened to Daniel. He's not in the running for the points tonight, but was really going to try to put on a good show for me, he told me. Cruising around back here, last one on the lead lap in 16th place, hoping for a caution. Setup might not feel quite as good as he anticipated there earlier, but he started 11th and now is running in 16th. So Daniel off the pace. The leader coming by here, and he ain't too far behind Daniel. That would put Daniel a lap down already. Wow. That's kind of not really Daniel's style to be back there like that. That's I'm hoping his car's okay. Maybe he made a wrong adjustment, or maybe he forgot to take the qualifying tape off or something. I don't know. I don't know what to explain about that. Brandon Kreutz does cruise into the 17th place as Lee Horner is still sitting on pit road. Brandner now into second as he gets by. Stephen Pearson goes into second place. Pearson back to third after being our pole sitter. Sedlick in fourth. Roger Wagner fifth. Jeffrey Porter now does get by Johnny Reed Foley and goes into sixth. Foley back to seventh. That's our country and western singer right there, Johnny Reed Foley. He's got an album coming out, and man, I can't wait till it comes out because I'm buying it. Uh-oh, that didn't look good. Something glitched there. Like I said, we have storms in the area, folks, so if something happens and you lose me, I'll try to get back in here just as quick as I can. Kevin Spalding in 8th place. Michael Leiby 9th, and Mike Vining in 10th. Looking back to 2nd place, Thomas Brander, 1.2 seconds behind Joe Roberts. Joe just kind of playing it cool right now. Brander looking back to Pearson. Nathan Sedlick 4th. As the field starts to get spread out here a little bit, they take lap 20, folks. 106 to go. Roger Wagner in 5th. Jeffrey Porter 6th. Foley in 7th. Randall Drake on the move has got into the 11th place. So he's picked up 5 spots since the green flag flew, and doing well. Daniel Smallwood not far ahead of the leader. Trying to keep an eye on him, see when he's going to go a lap down. He's really not that far ahead of you can see the leader coming out of turn 4 there. So he's about a half a straightaway ahead of the leader right now. Daniel running the Windows 10 Microsoft paint job here that Dale Earnhardt Jr. is running this weekend. Pretty awesome. Joe Roberts continuing to lead here. Pearson led the first 5 laps, and Joe Roberts got by him and has led the last 17. Brander closing up on him, 0.2 of a second behind him. And Brander goes into the lead. Gets by Joe Roberts. Joe might have burned his tires up already. I'm not really sure. Brander always does have a setup that's good for the long run. And he will lead this lap, folks. Thomas Brander leads the first lap. His first lap, excuse me. Stephen Pearson now 1.7 seconds. Oh, he goes way up the hill. Nathan Sedlick drives on by and says, "See ya, gotta go." Roger Wagner coming up on him now. Not sure if Pearson just drove it in there a little too hard or if his car is pushing really bad. Could be a little tight. Trying to see if there's any more battles on the track, but I really don't see any really close battles. Just Joe Roberts a half a second back of Thomas Brander. They come up on Daniel Smallwood, and Daniel's about to go a lap down, and he does. Wow, what's up, Daniel? I talked to Daniel before the race there, and he said he wasn't in the points chase. He just wanted to go out and have a good race here tonight. So maybe that's his deal there. He may have gotten a little loose earlier, and just says, you know, I'm not going to push it too hard. He doesn't want to be a Wanted to bring out the caution. Nobody does. Sedlick in third. Pearson fourth. And Roger Wagner closing on Pearson. Long ways back to Jeff Porter and Johnny Reed Foley. I see a little right front damage on Jeff Porter's car there. Let's go down here a little closer and take a look. So he has touched the wall. He's got some damage on his car. But you wouldn't know it as fast as he's running. And he's got Foley on his tail. Foley closes right up on his bumper, using the draft, every bit of it he can use, trying to stay right there with Porter to stay in 7th. Kevin Spaulding in 8th. In the police car, the Toyota police car. Whining in 9th. Randall Drake 10th. Oh, I see Michael Leiby must have slipped up, and he's just now coming off pit road. Or are we seeing green flag pit stops already? Some of these guys have it mapped out. They know when they need to pit and how many laps are going to get on it. Branner continuing to lead. Joe Roberts led 18 laps out front there, now 1.5 seconds behind Branner. Branner checking out on him. Looks like Brandon Kreutz brings out the caution. Let's go see what happened to Brandon here. Into the outside wall. And looks like he was really loose. And that's going to probably, he's going to wind up losing it and sawing on that wheel, trying to save it. And he's going to wind up hitting the inside wall as well. So bringing out the first caution of the race on lap 33, folks. All right, let's get back up here live, see what the leader is going to do. I'm sure everybody's going to come to pit road. They do have to use this service road, folks. He better be careful or he will get a black flag. He can't pit before that pace car comes around. Pace car's got to be ahead of you, Thomas, before you enter that pit road. There you go. Smallwood staying out to try to get his lap back. As Branner brings them all down pit road. All right, looks like everybody taking 4 tires. Quinn Johnson drove through the pits there, didn't stop. So he will be technically be our leader as everybody is coming off of pit road. But I think he is going to re-enter pit road. He might have missed his pit stall. Yes, he is coming back down pit road, so it's unfortunate for Quinn. He will come down pit road again and probably be back toward the back of the field. So Brander will be scored as our leader this time by. Well, next caution, we'll try to get a word in with somebody. I usually don't do it on the first caution of the race. You know, it's kind of hard to tell now that they've made their tires adjustments and stuff like that, and see what they can do. Next caution, we'll get down there and we'll talk to somebody on the track, find out how their car's running. What the heck? We'll talk to somebody right now. How's that? Michael Libby, you got a copy?
Yes, I do.
Michael, what happened there at the beginning of the race that caused you to be way back in the field?
I was just way too loose in traffic off the corner, so I tried to wait it out as long as I could, and I figured about 30 lap more pit, and then I could make it on one more pit stop from there at least, and then a caution came out. So I'll get the wave around and get back in the lead lap. Only about half lap on my tire, so my tire should be pretty close to what everybody else is going to be running.
Very good, very good. Well, how's your car feeling out there? I mean, other than that.
It actually feels good. I feel like I was keeping up with the guys in front of me with it being really loose, but then after about 10 laps, it just started getting looser and looser, and I started losing some time. But I think if I can get this thing tightened up, I can possibly run with the leaders.
Very good. All right, well, we'll let you go so you get back to work, and good luck, buddy.
Thanks.
Okay, lights are off on the pace car. We're going back green here this time, folks. Joe Roberts going to be starting on the outside of Thomas Brandner. Steven Pearson back up into the mix of things in third. Nathan Sedlick fourth. Roger Wagner fifth. And Johnny Reed Foley sixth. Pace car is in. Brandner hits the throttle and he is out of there. Pearson a little sleeping at the wheel there, lets Foley get by him on the high side. As Pearson tries to get up to speed here, you got to get a little heat in them tires. Sedlick in third. Sedlick been running really good here tonight. Seemed like after he got a few laps on his tires, they kind of seem to kick in and get a little more bite. Kevin Spaulding in seventh, right behind Roger Wagner. Mike Vining eighth. Tony DeGennaro ninth, and Jesse James in 10th. A lot of good guys behind Jesse James here. Jeff Porter in 11th. Randall Drake 12th. Sean Medling 13th. Daniel Smallwood now back on the lead lap in 14th. Quinn Johnson 15th. Those two in look-alike cars. Quinn Johnson and Daniel Smallwood. Oh, boy, wiggly cars there. Quinn Johnson keeps right in it and does get by Daniel Smallwood. Like I said, look-alike cars, folks. Windows 10. Wow. Quinn Johnson really loose. Brandner with Joe Roberts on his tail. Joe takes it to the bottom. Gets a good run out of the turn. Down the backstretch. Drag racing. Into turn 3, looks like he does complete the pass on Brandner. Brandner goes back to second. Nathan Sedlick right on his bumper. Down the backstretch they go. Foley in fourth. Oh, the back end, a little squirrely on him. And Roger Wagner looking to the inside of him. Let's see if he can get by him. Got a pretty good run going into turn one there, but Foley's going to be pretty tough on that high side. And Foley does hold on to it. Roger's going to have to duck in behind him. Pearson in sixth. Looking to the inside of Roger Wagner to take over fifth. Still side by side with Roger. Roger's got the line though. Coming out of turn two, he does power it out and beats Pearson. Spalding back here looking on, folks. Tony DeGennaro in ninth. Tony having a pretty good run, and we have a caution, folks. Daniel Smallwood. No, Daniel. That's not good, buddy. Let's look here and see. He was a little loose. Right there, he gets really loose and gets a little help from Michael Leiby. Roof flaps engage. I'm not sure if he does. I think he tries to keep it straight here, but I think he gets stopped before he hits the inside wall. So that's a good thing. The only damage he's going to have is probably that little bit on the back. He's still sliding toward the wall. It ain't going to be a hard hit. Just a little tap. Enough to help him slow down more. So he's heading for pit road. And looks like we've got a few others that are heading for pit road too. Mike Vining staying out, and he will be our leader leading that lap. As it looks like the field really shaking up here with a lot of people coming down pit road. All right, we'll get here on Mike Vining. Let's see if he does come to pit road. He did get credit for leading that lap. Him and Michael Leiby coming to pit road. Michael's got quite a bit of damage on the nose of that car. I was going to say, Michael, I don't think you want to stay out, brother. I don't think that would be a good idea. Foley will be, looks like he is going to be credited as our leader here once those two pit. Foley only took 2 tires. 2 tire change. Boy, I don't know if that's going to be a good thing or not. I guess we'll find out, right? And he gets a bonus point for leading the lap. Now that's 2 times because they're double points tonight, folks. Season finale here. Now they'll be off for a couple of weeks, I think. I don't know. I really haven't talked to Randall to find out when they'll be back. But tomorrow night is the season finale of the truck. That's a tight battle in the truck series for tomorrow night. Thomas Keene and Daniel Smallwood battling for that for the championship. So that you definitely don't want to miss that tomorrow night, folks. That's going to be a nail biter all the way to the end. And double points come into play too. And it will be right here at Homestead tomorrow night. Same time, same place, same bat channel here on MaxSpeedTV. Foley started 8th today, is up in the lead, did a 2-tire change on that pit stop. Let's see how that plays for him. Joe Roberts going to be starting on the outside. Joe's been extremely fast here on new tires, so we'll watch them two battle it out. Stephen Pearson 3rd, Roger Wagner 4th. And we're ready to give them the green flag here and get them going again. Pace car dives into pit road. Foley waiting, and he hits the gas. Good start. Now remember, he's only on 2 new tires. Let's see how that's going to hold up against everybody behind him taking 4. Joe Roberts with a great pit stop, 13.9 seconds. Roger Wagner, 13.9 seconds. Stephen Pearson, 13.8 second pit stop. Very, very fast pit stops. I'd have to say they've been practicing them. Joe Roberts right on the back bumper of Foley. Those 2 teammates too. Joe looking underneath Foley. Foley up the hill, a little squirrely on that exit. Side by side down the back stretch, but Joe Roberts has got that inside line. Let's see how that's going to hold here. Foley with them 2 new tires, only 2 new tires, goes way up the hill and is going to lose that position. Joe Roberts back in the lead. Roger Wagner 3rd, Stephen Pearson 4th, Kevin Spaulding 5th. Let's go back in the field here. Ways Jeff Porter in 13th. Sean Medling in 14th. Michael Livey 15th. And Daniel Smallwood 16th. He's been in the back of the field. He said he's not in contention for the points or the championship. He's like 18th in points, so taking it easy. Roger slipping there a little bit, losing a position to Kevin Spaulding. Now Brander coming up on him, looking like he is going to take a peek on the inside. Almost gets into the back of Roger and drives on by Roger. Roger goes back to 6th really quick. Nathan Sedlake, pretty fast at the beginning of the race in 7th. Randall Drake, here's a story for you folks, coming from 16th up to 8th. He's cut that in half up to the front. I really wouldn't put it past him to get up there and possibly lead a lap here before the end of this thing. The Tide Ride running really good here tonight. Quinn Johnson showing his stuff here in 9th. As he comes right up on the back of Randall Drake. Up the hill into the race groove, trying to find grip. Gets a good run off of turn 2. Mike Vining in 10th. Everybody kind of being very gentle on the throttle right now, if you notice. Smallwood. Oh, we've got another one here, folks. No caution, though. But 2 of them get together here. Daniel Smallwood and somebody. Let's take a look here and see what happened. Caution does come out now, though. Looks like Michael Libby gets extremely loose. Trying to save it, comes down and collects Daniel Smallwood in the process. Daniel going to go to the outside wall, excuse me, and hit it pretty good hit there. And he's got some pretty serious damage on the nose of that. And Michael Leiby going to back into it. So those two right there getting together and bringing the caution out, folks. And okay, back up front, Joe Roberts going to bring them all to pit road, folks. Kevin Spaulding staying out. Wants to lead a lap. These guys all come down pit road now. Now let's see if anybody does take 2 tires. Foley's back in. I'm sure he's going to take 4. Leiby finally making it to his pit stall. Roger Wagner out. Johnny Reed Foley away. And he did take 4 tires that time and beating everybody off of pit road. Man, I don't know how he did that. Wow. He had a 15.2 second pit stop. But good pit stop. Comes out behind Kevin Spaulding, our leader. Now it looks like Kevin will come to pit road. He did lead a lap. So that's going to give the lead back up to Foley now. And Foley with 4 fresh tires on there. All right, I want to see if I can get somebody here to talk to. Let me see if I can get Joe Roberts up here. Joe Roberts, you got a copy?
I got you, Rudy.
Well, Joe, you've been extremely fast on new tires. Tell us about the beginning of the race there when it seemed like you had a good run and Brandner reeled you in and passed you. What happened there?
The car got a little tight. I ran the car too hard at first, thinking that it was going to hold up, and it was one long learning experience. I went in and made some adjustments in the first pit stop. And as you can see, since then, I've been pretty much going straight to the front again.
Absolutely. Well, been some good racing out there. A lot of battles around the track we've been kind of watching. I'd seen Foley had stayed out there. He only took 2 tires on that last pit stop, and it didn't work out for him. So 2 tires is definitely a no-no here. Everybody's taking 4 now, ready to go back green. You got enough to get up there and lead the most laps here tonight, get the most bonus points?
I definitely think so. Foley made a nice gamble, though, there to go and do 2 tires. It got him to the front of the field, but it won't last. That last green flag run, I was really going easy on my setup, on my equipment, because I knew he had 2 tires, I could baby it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how he sticks now. He's got 4 tires in a different set. The 2 guys in front of me have a very similar set, so we'll see how it works.
Very good. All right, well, Joe, good luck out there, and man, the double points night, got to run good to get them double points, brother.
Oh yeah, this place is a lot of fun. It's a great way to end the season.
Yes, sir. All right, good luck.
Thanks, man.
Okay, they're doubling back up. Pearson gonna be, Foley gonna be our leader. Pearson gonna be starting on the outside of him, so good to see Stephen Pearson, Mr. B, there at the end, being up into the front now. Thomas Brandner gonna be starting 3rd, Joe Roberts 4th, Nathan Sedlick 5th, and Roger Wagner 6th. All right, folks, here we go. Pace car is in. Foley, don't even waste a second. Hits a throttle. Brandner with a great start on Stephen Pearson. Joe Roberts kind of tucked in behind Pearson now with nowhere to go. He's got Nathan Sedlick on his inside, kind of trapped right behind them guys. Pearson takes it down to the bottom. Sedlick with a great run on the inside of Joe Roberts. Out of turn 4, drag race down the front stretch. Roger Wagner now right behind Nathan Sedlick, and he keeps taking a peek like he wants to get by him. Randall Drake in 7th place. Jeff Porter now on the inside of Quinn Johnson for position. Takes over the 8th position. Foley still out front. 0.2 of a second lead over Thomas Brandner. Joe Roberts does get by and goes into 3rd. Pearson 4th, and now Sedlick on the inside of Pearson. Pearson way up the hill. Sedlick clears him and takes over the 4th position. Now Roger Wagner tries to duplicate that. Down the front stretch into turn 1. Looks like he does get by Stephen Pearson as well. Roger Wagner back into 5th. Joe Roberts just a half a second from our leader. Everybody pretty much tightened up here. About one more lap and we will be at halfway, folks. Oh, Foley loose, coming up the turn into the wall, no caution. That's going to leave a mark, folks. Let's go back and watch that one more time. Not sure if he had any help there or not. He's just chasing it with the wheel, and nobody got into him. And into the outside or inside wall. Boy, get the outside and inside confused there, but he's going to have a lot of damage and no caution, folks. That's going to hurt. Looks like Foley may be, I'm not sure, he may be out of the race now or what. I think he took it behind the wall. Well, he led 11 laps, so he definitely left a mark there. Left his mark on the wall. Brandner, 0.4 of a second back. Nathan Sedlick now in 3rd. Roger Wagner 4th. Stephen Pearson 5th, and Jeffrey Porter closing up on Stephen Pearson. Where'd I get Joe Porter from? Randall Drake in 7th in the Tide Ride. He is doing extremely well. Started 16th today and has picked his way up to the 7th place. That is really awesome. Brandner just 0.3 of a second off the bumper of Joe Roberts. Joe out there just cruising right now. Michael Livey back in 13th place, well off of the pace. It's got damage on the car that he could not get it all fixed there on the pit stop. Daniel Smallwood still a lap down, 14th place, struggling with that car. Just did not have a great setup under that car. Didn't feel comfortable with it tonight or something. Brandon Kreutz in 16th. back out on the track, 7 laps down. Lee Horner, 56 laps down, back on the track. In 18th place, could pick up a couple of positions. Foley's out, Jesse James is out. Joe Roberts on a mission here to lead the most laps tonight's led 34 right now. 34 laps, that's pretty awesome. Branner in second. Sedlick third, and Roger Wagner now 2.2 seconds behind the leader in fourth. As Jeffrey Porter did get by Stephen Pearson to go into fifth. One of these days I got to see if I can't get Jeffrey Porter up into the booth with me again. It was just it was great to have him into the booth there with me there one time. It was early. It was either early this season or late last season, I believe. He was in the booth with me, and it was just great to have Jeff Porter in the booth with me. It was awesome. He'd be a good commentator. Pearson in sixth. And we have a caution, folks. Let's see where it's at. Not finding it right now. Let's see. Let's try that again. I don't know where that was. I don't see anything on the track. Brandon Crute. Ah, there it is. Let's go back and see what happened to Brandon. Oh, he gets... Oh, is that Smallwood? No, that was... Yeah, that was Smallwood. Oh, man. Brandon Crute just happened to be there and gets caught up into Smallwood's wreck there. And that takes both of them. Pretty much going to take both of them out of the race, I think. But Michael Leiby staying out to lead a lap. Joe Roberts bringing everybody down pit road here. Leiby staying out, and he gets credit for leading a lap, so he'll get bonus points for that. Like 4 tire change for everybody. Brandner going to make it out first ahead of Joe Roberts. And what a pit stop. 14.3 seconds over Joe Roberts' 14.8 seconds. Roger Wagner coming out fourth. Nathan Sedlick fifth. Roger had a great pit stop too, 14.4. Jeffrey Porter in sixth. Randall Drake seventh. Quinn Johnson in eighth. Mike Vining ninth, and Kevin Spaulding will be the top 10. Well, let me see if I can find somebody to talk to here, somebody that's still in the race. Brandon Crute, you got a copy?
10-4.
Well, sorry to hear, brother, your day's done, but yeah, it just looked like Daniel got a little loose there, and you had nowhere to go.
Yeah, you know, I had damage right from the beginning of the race from lap 1. I had a car get into me early, and we both got up into the wall, so the car wasn't really handling the way it should have been, but it seems like Daniel was just having a really bad race as it was, you know, and I don't know, he just lost it, and we, you know, took us both out. Wasn't that big of a deal. We were both a lap down as it was, so we weren't really racing for anything. You know, it would have been nice to finish my first race with IWCR, but it is what it is.
Well, that's a good attitude to have, brother. It's it's just a sim race, and this being your first race and it's a season finale, it kind of gives you a little bit of an idea of just how good these guys out here. And I told you that these guys were fast, and I wasn't lying.
Yeah, I'll be back with full force. Hopefully tomorrow night, I can do a little bit of testing in the trucks with these guys here for their season finale in the trucks, and I'll be back on for full on points next season.
Very good, very good. All right. Well, if you want, hang out in here with me, or did you already leave the server, or what?
Oh, I left the server, but I can always connect back.
Well, try and see if you can
So,
get back in there if you want.
all right.
You might as well hang out in here with me, I guess. And
Yeah.
well, sorry to hear about it, but as we say, that happens. So, yeah, I guess Daniel's car is done too.
Yeah, he had a lot of damage, just about all over his car, and looked like he blew his engine on contact with the wall. So,
Oh man.
yeah. He's having a bad night. Unfortunately for him, he wasn't in contention for the championship for this series, luckily. So he wasn't really competing for much, but it was good that he was still out there and trying to run, even with the damage that he had. But I guess finally got out with him.
Green. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but they're back under green here. Nathan Sedley
It's all right.
to the inside of Joe Roberts. Takes a couple of laps for Joe to get a little heat in them tires, and then he seems to be really good. Now Roger Wagner on the outside of Nathan Sedley, trying to get some bite up there, up in the marbles. Randall Drake into 5th place. Coming all the way from 16th, and I see tire smoke. Oh, Brandner loose, spins it, and that brings out another caution, folks. Let's go back and watch this. He goes into the turn, and it just did not bite going into the turn. Joe Roberts drives on by. Looks like everybody gets on by safely. Nobody gets into Thomas Brandner. They all steer clear of him and lock it down, and he didn't hit anything, so that's good news for Brandner. But it's going to cost him a ton of positions on the track, and he's going to have to work hard to get back. Well, that puts Joe Roberts back out in the lead as they get caught up to the pace car. And we're under the 5th caution of the race here, folks, with 49 laps to go.
Yeah, and it's very rare to see a single car wreck, especially at a track like this when you're running at such high speeds.
Yeah, that's he just drove it in there. I think he just missed his mark or something, because that's not like Thomas Brandner to do that, So he must have missed his mark, or didn't let off the gas at the right time, or what happened there. I don't know, but. All right, looks like a lot of people coming down pit road. Mike Vining, quite a few of them behind him. They all come to a halt. Looks like Stephen Pearson. Yep, Stephen Pearson, Michael Leiby, Thomas Brandner coming down. He's got those tires really hot. He's in the back of the field. He might as well stop, take 4 tires, and be good to go. I think it hurt his pride more than anything. Well, Lee Horner out there going to get one of his laps back. But he's still 53 laps down. Okay, so Joe Roberts in command again, has led 38 laps here tonight so far. We got 48 laps to go. Well, the good news, Brandon, it sounds like the storms have kind of subsided here. I know they were saying that it was going to be pretty rough up till about midnight. Well, it's a little after 11 here, Central Time, and it sounds like the storms have subsided. But boy, I'll tell you what, we sure got a ton of rain in a couple of quick storms. There are a lot of lightning and thunder and a lot of wind.
Oh, I'm sure. You know, it's really good that you're able to hold up that broadcast like you did, though, because you had 2 tonight.
Yeah, it flickered once here a little bit ago. And I thought, oh no. Well, I don't want to lose my computer. You know, I've already lost one motherboard, and I don't know what caused that, whether the motherboard gave out or it got zapped by lightning or power surge or whatever. I've got a high dollar power surge protector, but you just never know. You know, electrical stuff can be really weird.
Yeah, I always plug mine into power strips. That always seems to work around my area.
Yeah, it's a power strip, but it's a surge protector. You know, it's a high dollar.
Yeah, exactly.
One. It's a NFC high dollar one, and it's got like I think, what is it, a $100,000 protection on it, but I never registered it. It would have probably had to have been registered. Well, lights are off on the pace car. We're going to have 45 to go when they get the green flag. Looks like Roger Wagner starting on the outside, the front row of Joe Roberts, Nathan Sedlick, and Randall Drake in the next row. I cannot believe Randall Drake has come from 16th up to 4th. That's really awesome. Were you able to get back in?
Yes, I am in.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's really amazing how he connected extremely late and he wasn't able to qualify, and he just works his way up the field like that.
Yeah, that's pretty good. He's a good driver. All right, we're ready to get him going here again. Be coming out of turn 4. Pace car will be heading down pit road, and Joe Roberts, I'm sure, not going to waste a second on that gas. Pace car's in, and he hits the throttle. Green, green, green. Nathan Sedlick on the inside of Roger Wagner, already into turn 1. Oh, up the hill a little bit. That was pretty close. Dragged down the back stretch. Randall Drake looking on here in 4th place as the guys all get back up to speed. And Nathan just not giving up on Roger. Roger gets a good run off of turn 4 though. And I believe for right now he does hold on to that place, and Nathan tucks it in behind him. Quinn Johnson up to 5th. The other Microsoft Windows 10 car, Daniel, got wrecked out. That's a shame. Well, we'll be
trouble on the backstretch. We got one around through the grass.
Mike Vining. Let's go back and see what happened to Mike here. They're still under green conditions. Looks like he just gets loose on his own. That's what we're seeing a lot of tonight, Brandon. You know, it's was pretty loose out there. Didn't hit anything though. That's a good thing. But that cost him a ton of positions on the track.
Yeah, these cars are really a handful, but it seems like once they get sideways, they're actually not that hard to save, which is it's really strange to think about it that way. But I don't know. It's some of these guys just.
Nathan Sedlick in 3rd. Randall Drake up to 4th already. And here comes Thomas Brandner on the inside of Jeffrey Porter for 5th place. Into turn 5 they go, and he does clear Jeffrey Porter. Thomas, another one that's been extremely fast out here, did slip there earlier and brought out a caution. Kevin Spalding in 7th. Mr. B there at the end. Stephen Pearson in 8th. Boy, he was really loose coming off of turn 2. Quinn Johnson 9th. Michael Leiby back into the top 10 with quite a bit of damage on the front of that car. He was one of the guys that got into the back of Daniel Smallwood earlier. And boy, he got some serious damage there. He got loose coming off of turn 4 and collected Daniel Smallwood with him. Sean Medling in 11th. Tony DeGennaro 12th. Mike Vining 13th. And Lee Horner back out on the track in 18th position. He could possibly pick up about 4 more positions if he stays out there. He can get by Jesse James, Brandon Yu, Johnny Reed Foley, and Daniel Smallwood. He could get by them eventually.
Looks like Randall Drake in that number 9 car is starting to fall back quite a bit now.
Yeah, Randall must have slipped or something. Pearson on the inside of him. That's 4th position. Pearson trying to clear Randall. Looks like he does. And Pearson into 7th. Roberts checking out on the field. 1.9 seconds ahead of Nathan Sedlick right now as Nathan got by Roger Wagner for 2nd. There's so much to take in up here by yourself, I'll tell you that. Hard to keep up with it all.
Yeah, I bet. Tell you what, though, a lot of action down on the racetrack tonight, Rudy.
Oh, man, I'm telling you. Well, I'll tell you, these guys know how to put on a good show. I've been with them for 6 seasons, and I'm going to tell you what, I've seen some of the best racing that I've ever watched in iRacing right here at IWCR. Oh, we got one down, way down. Who was that? That looks like Lee Horner. Lee Horner may have got into trouble there. Let's see if we can go back here, coming off of the turn. Oh, yeah, he just lost it coming off a 2 and hit the inside wall really hard. And it looks like that's going to do some serious engine damage on Lee's car. So he may not. Looks like he's struggling just to make it to pit road.
Yeah, there's nowhere soft to hit around here along the inside, and you know, even a small contact like that hurts.
And caution is on the track. Let's see where the caution is. I'm not seeing a caution here. That may have been from that, I guess.
Could have been possible.
Must have been. Might have been where he come onto the track. I would venture to say that's probably where it was. He's trying to make it to pit road. So that does bring out the caution. All right.
That's exactly what it was from what I can see.
Okay, leaders bringing everybody to pit road. This could be, I'm not sure. This could be their final pit stop, but I'm not sure if they can make it from here.
Oh, it's a possibility, but have to really save under these caution flags.
All right, everybody coming to pit road. Now, I don't think we're going to see any two-tire changes. Foley tried that earlier, and it just wasn't a good call. But it did get him out front. He did lead some laps, and after that, it just kind of seemed to go by the wayside. But Joe Roberts will be out first. Roger Wagner second. Nathan Sedlick third, and Jeffrey Porter fourth.
These guys were ever so gentle coming into their pit stalls, trying not to overshoot it or slide through it.
Right. All right, down the backstretch and catching up to the pace car. Joe Roberts in the lead. Roger Wagner, Nathan Sedlick, Stephen Pearson fourth, Jeffrey Porter fifth, Kevin Spaulding 6th, Randall Drake 7th, Quinn Johnson in 8th, Thomas Brander 9th, Sean Medling 10th. Well, heck, there's only 3 more. We might as well just go on down the list here. Michael Leiby in 11th, Mike Vining 12th, and Tony DeGennaro in 12th. The last remaining cars out there on the track.
A lot of torn up race cars tonight.
Yes, sir.
So these guys do have their Truck Series finale tomorrow night right here at Homestead.
Yes, sir. 125
That
laps.
should be a very good show.
Daniel Smallwood and Thomas Keene battling for that points. I can go look real quick here and see.
That should be a very interesting battle for the championship tomorrow night, as those two are really neck and neck.
Yeah, right now only 3 points separating them. Keene 3 points behind Daniel Smallwood. Double points night tomorrow night. Randall Drake's in 3rd and Eric Lambert 4th. So Eric's 90 points behind, but with double points. If them front 3 get wrecked out, Eric could slip into the top 3 there, even steal the championship away from Daniel Smallwood if Daniel has a bad night.
Yeah, and lights on the pace car are off, and these guys double up for the restart.
So it's going to be a good race tomorrow night. I'm anxious to see that one.
Yeah, that should be really interesting. Depending on how good my truck is compared to all these other guys, I might try to compete, or I might just hang in the back like I did tonight. Who knows?
Yes, sir. Okay, we're ready to get them going here again. Joe Roberts in command of this start. Pace car dives on pit road. Joe Roberts hits the throttle. Nathan Sedlick going way to the bottom here, giving Roger Wagner the top line. Does clear. Roger goes into 2nd. Brander trying to get a run back here to clear a few guys. We're getting awful racy back here in the pack. And he does clear a bunch of them. Wow, what happened to Kevin Spaulding? Way up the hill, has to get out of the throttle. Loses a bunch of positions. Mike Vining's going to clear him. They're all on the lead lap, all 13 of them. So this could be anybody's game here tonight. Roger Wagner, 2nd place, 3/4 of a second behind the leader, Joe Roberts. Joe out in that clean air really makes a difference.
Yeah, the front 3 cars broke away for just a second, but looks like they all kind of started to get racy, and the rest of the pack kind of caught up with them.
Pearson 4th, Brander 5th. Jeffrey Porter 6th, Randall Drake 7th. Looking back on Nathan Sedlick from Roger Wagner. Nathan's staying right with them, just mirroring every move Roger makes. He's staying right with them. Brander trying to get up there in 4th place. He clears Pearson and goes into 4th. now trying to get up there and catch up to Sedlick. Brandner does always have a good setup for the long run, so I wouldn't put it past him to be up there with Joe Roberts. Come down toward the end of this.
Oh, trouble. 2 cars involved.
I see Tony DeGennaro and somebody else there. Let's see what happened here. Mike Vining, I think, was into that. Looks like Mike Vining comes into the turn underneath Tony DeGennaro. And Tony
Looks like,
gets loose. Tony gets loose right in front of Mike Vining.
Yeah, he came right down, and the 72 of Mike Vining just had nowhere to go.
Dang. Well, that brings out yet another caution. And the leader's bringing everybody to pit road again. Well, I think after pit stops here, I might try to get somebody in the booth with me. And I'll have a talk with them. Let's see, they haven't talked to in a while. Let's see if I can talk to you. Stephen Pearson. I'll wait till they get done with their pit stops here. I see Steven pull away. I'll drag him up here and try to get a word in with him.
All right. Here they come off pit road.
All right. Give him a second here to clear it.
As Joe Roberts leads them off pit road again.
Stephen Pearson. Do you have a copy, sir?
What is up, Rudy?
Well, Mr. Be there at the end. Are you going to be there at the end tonight?
I don't know, man. My luck's been pretty horrible here lately.
Yeah, but you're sitting pretty good here right now, 6th place. I know you got some fast guys ahead of you. Brandner, Sedlick, Wagner, and Roberts. Some guys are pretty fast, but it looks like your car's pretty fast on the short run.
Yeah, it's not bad. Yeah, we've all pretty much got the same setup, little tweaks here and there. Yeah, I think I'm just running a different line than them, and I'm using up my stuff just a little bit more than they are.
Well, what do you think of the race so far tonight? Been pretty good, huh?
Yeah, it's been really good. Been some clean racing. I mean, we catch a few lappers here and there. They've been given plenty of room, and catching the car in front of you, they seem to give plenty of room too for the position. I mean, but that probably won't happen much longer. There's only 24 to go as of right now, so it's fixing to get really interesting, I believe.
Oh yeah, definitely. I agree 100%. Well, we're going to let you get back to work there. Head down to your office there, and make sure you drink a beer for me there, Stephen.
Will do. I got a few set up.
All right, buddy. Good luck.
I really appreciate it, man.
Yep. Old Steven, he's a good egg, I'll tell you. I like him. Thomas Keene in chat. I think he's ready to give Daniel a what for tomorrow night. I think.
Yeah, it should be interesting tomorrow night, that's for sure. Double points always makes things interesting.
Oh yeah, it's going to be interesting tonight, with here's the thing that really gets me is the front two, Travis Townsend and Galen Gidman, did not run tonight.
Yeah, that leaves a slight open door for your third place in points.
Yeah.
There is a possibility that he could catch.
I mean, it's really kind of odd that they did not show up tonight. I'm kind of curious as to what happened. why they didn't show up. Jeffrey Porter running tonight could conceivably come home with the championship. Well, maybe. I don't know. He may not be able to.
Very close, but
he won't. He may not get the championship, but he's definitely going to get second place.
yeah, it'll be very, very close to the championship.
Yep. All right, ready to get them going here again. Joe Roberts in command, has been up front for 63 laps. Pace car's in. He hits the throttle. 22 to go when they cross the line. Nathan Sedlick inside Roger Wagner. Thomas Brandner right behind Wagner. Guys all get back up to speed here. Roger Wagner on the inside of Nathan Sedlick now. Takes over the second place, and Brandner falls right along with them and goes into third. Sedlick back to fourth. Stephen Pearson fifth. Everybody chasing Joe Roberts out there, and he's already got a 4/10 of a second lead over Roger Wagner. Make that 5/10. Boy, Joe can pull away, can't he, Brandon? He just hates to see these cautions come out. Jeffrey Porter, third place in the points. Could pick up a position in the points tonight. Running sixth place. The top two guys not showing up, Travis Townsend and Galen Gidman. And Jeffrey was only 17 points behind Galen Gidman tonight. Looking to the inside of Stephen Pearson, takes up that position for another couple of points. 20 to go. Coming to the line, going to be 19 laps to complete this race.
Yeah, just a short little dash from here, Rudy.
Yes, sir. Yep. Everybody giving Thomas Keene and them guys a good luck for tomorrow night, as Brandner now goes into second as he gets by Roger Wagner on the move. Roger back to third. Eric Lambert having some good pain meds, he said. Wow. Yeah, I got some pretty good ones, but I don't like taking the doggone things. They get me too messed up. Jeffrey Porter in fifth. Third in the points. Could come out of here with a possible second place in the points. Possibly. I don't know until everything's tallied up at the end. Could possibly come out the champion.
Yeah, and you know, with these double points, if he maxes out on his points, then he most certainly could come out with this championship. It will be very close, though.
Yep. Now he gets by Nathan Sedlick there, his teammate, and goes into fourth. Next one on the list is going to be Roger Wagner. Boy, Roger hanging right there with Brandner. Not getting too far behind him, I can tell you that. He's ready to strike when the time's right, but Brandner, I don't know, Brandner is really fast here tonight. They're still chasing Joe Roberts out front by 0.8 of a second. Sedlick back to fifth. Stephen Pearson 6th. We got a good race back here between Mike Vining and Randall Drake. Randall trying to get by Mike Vining. Mike started 12th tonight and is running in 7th. Randall Drake started 16th, running in 8th. Sean Medling started 13th, running in 9th. Newcomer to the league. Quinn Johnson getting by Michael Leiby as Michael Leiby spins it and brings out what could be the last caution of the race. Let's go see what happened to Michael here. Oh, right there, he got into somebody. Who the heck was that he got into? Oh, he got into Kevin Spaulding. I did not see Kevin Spaulding. Let me go back here and see what happened to Kevin, because I missed that totally.
Looks like Kevin just got loose coming through the corner and hit the ball. And then hard contact between the two of them.
Yep. Yeah, he hit that outside wall and come right down the track in front of Michael Leiby. Oh my. So that
leaders coming down pit road.
Yes, sir. We're going to be right there watching everybody on pit road. Well, this could be it right here, folks. Did we see any two-tire changes? We sure did. Roger Wagner with 2. Stephen Pearson with 2. Jeffrey Porter staying out is credited with leading that lap. So that's a couple of points added to his point gain. So let's see, looks like Roger Wagner and Stephen Pearson, the only two that took 2 tires. Joe Roberts with 4, Brandon with 4, Sedlick 4, Mike Vining 4, Randall Drake 4. Everybody back through the field took 4, but Roger and Stephen Pearson took 2.
And Jeffrey Porter is not going in at all. He is staying out. This should make for a very interesting restart.
Yeah, this is going to be pretty interesting here. Jeff Porter could come out of it with the championship. That, man, it's just a shame Galen and Travis Townsend did not show up tonight. That's really, man, I just can't believe that they threw away their championship. Must have been something really important.
Yeah, you'd hope so, right?
I wouldn't have threw it away. I'd have been there, for a lack of a better word of putting it, come hell or high water, I'd have been there.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, they should get the one to go here, so we're going to have about a 9-lap shootout here to the end.
It's like Jeffrey Porter was trying to practice his restart with not spinning the tires there because he is on old tires.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's right. He is on old tires. I forgot about that. Yeah, he stayed out there.
So I believe it'll be 9 to go when they take a green flag. Short little dash here.
Okay, lights are off and we're ready to go green. Now if he can just kick in the NOS.
Yeah, that's right.
I think if he can win here tonight, he probably will win the championship. All right, pace car's in, and he hits the throttle and is out of there. Joe Roberts in third. Nathan Sedlick fourth. Thomas Brander fifth to the inside of Sedlick.
Jeffrey Porter out in that clean air, that gives him a slight advantage, even though he is on old tires in contact.
And Brander to the inside of Joe Roberts now. Boy, he is really putting the hammer down.
Close racing for second place now. They made contact a couple times going through the corner.
Inside, Roger Wagner on the tail of Jeffrey Porter for second place. He does clear Roger.
Spin down through the grass, straightaway.
Who was it?
No caution.
Roger. Yep, Roger. He gets it going
Thomas
again.
Brander now on the back bumper of Jeffrey Porter. He looks to the inside for the lead.
Brander takes it over with ease.
Shoots on by there for the lead.
Jeffrey Porter second. Still could possibly get the championship here.
All he has to do is hold his position at this point.
He's led laps. And if he can just stay right there in about second place, he may be looking at the championship. Yes. Oh, Sedlick out of shape. Gonna lose a few positions, but gets it going again. Gonna go back to about 7th place. Jeff Porter still in second, quite a ways ahead of Mike Vining. Sean Medling in fourth, Randall Drake fifth.
Brander gonna lead him to 5 to go. Porter gets a little bit loose coming through 1 and 2 there. Holds his position in second though.
Eight-tenths of a second back. 4 to go at the line, folks. Porter got enough to stay there in second. He's about 1.6 seconds ahead of Mike Vining. Mike took 4 tires. Jeff Porter took 4, but they're older tires. He stayed out there to lead a lap, and he's got some older tires, but right now seems to be working for him. Randall Drake out of shape. I caught that out of the corner of my eye. Really out of shape.
These guys are really working on the wheel tonight.
Oh yeah, definitely. Vining now 2.9 seconds behind the leader. Porter pulls away another 10th. Brander out ahead by 1.2 seconds. Brander been on an extreme hot streak lately. I was going to look and see. He is 5th place in points. This could move him up maybe definitely 1 position, maybe 2.
Yeah,
So,
and he leads the field to 2 laps to go.
Yes, sir. Porter 1.5 seconds back. Mike Vining in 3rd. Sean Medling 4th. Randall Drake 5th. Quinn Johnson 6th. Nathan Sedlick 7th. Tony DeGennaro 8th. And it looks like from there on back, everybody else has pulled off the track or left. Only 8 of them on the track.
White
1 lap to go.
in the air.
Yes.
Thomas Brander out front, leading the field down into turn number 3.
Off of turn 4, down the front stretch here at the start-finish line. Thomas Branner wins here tonight, the season finale for IWCR. Jeffrey Porter second and Mike Vining third. Great job. Good race by these guys, and I'm not really too awful sure if that didn't put Porter as the champion, but we'll have to wait till they do add up the tally here. I'm going to get Branner up here right now and talk to him. Thomas Branner, you got a copy? Thomas? In TeamSpeak, brother. Thomas Branner. Where did he go?
Looks like he left.
Disconnected. Yeah. You there?
All right, here we go.
Well, Thomas, I'll tell you what, you were definitely the class of the field out there. I thought Joe Roberts was, and he led the most laps, 73 laps. But boy, I'll tell you what, you just seemed to have extra horsepower in that car when you needed it. You drove by a lot of people to get up there into the lead, bring it into victory lane. Man, awesome job. Congrats on your win here tonight.
Yeah, thank you, and thank you to all the guys on this team. Another great piece tonight, and Joe Roberts, man, he deserves one. The guy's been running up front every race. Again tonight, a late race caution, which I thought was going to hurt me. Seeing that I wanted long runs, it seemed like my car would come to me and they would fall off. But this whole team, RPM, we're hitting on all cylinders right now. Another win. It's starting to become an every week thing, which I don't know if it's real life. Do I need to pinch myself or not? But this is a lot of fun, I got to tell you, Rudy.
Well, I can't blame you one bit. Yes, RPM is definitely on the roll here this season, man. I'll tell you, they've come leaps and bounds over last season, and I'm kind of anxious to see what next season is going to be. So it's going to be interesting. Well, anybody you want to thank tonight, Thomas?
Yeah, thanks again to the IWCR. Another great season. I know we had a lot of changes, and hopefully we'll bring in a lot of new faces next year, which will make it a lot more fun. Thanks to you guys always putting on the broadcast. We'd love to have you back. We're going to do some recruiting here and see if we can get some money together to keep you on board. I love my family back home. My dad's a big supporter of mine, so I just want to say hey to him, and I love him. And especially my two girls at home, man, Becca and Emma. I love them girls to death. So thank you guys, and hopefully we'll carry this momentum on to next season.
I hope so too, Thomas. Good job out there today, and way to bring home the victory. Congrats.
Woo!
Happy camper right there. Okay, second place, Jeff Porter. Got a copy?
How you doing?
Well, Jeff, I don't know until they tally up all the points, but you might be sitting here as a champion, brother.
Yeah, that is not expected. You know, as bad as a season I had at the beginning, then I found out those guys didn't show up, and the math kind of worked out, and I was like, holy crap. Well, this is really happening.
Hey, good taking a chance there, that last pit stop, not stopping. Was you a little worried with them all taking 4 tires? Some of them took 2.
To be honest with you, I did that just in hopes that there would be cautions throughout the rest of the race. I knew those guys were going to be faster than me, but a couple people ended up getting a little out of shape, and they ended up back a lot further, and it just kind of worked out. But Bradner, there wasn't no way I was getting to him. He was gone.
Well, one thing I can say is he didn't lay back and let you win the race. Being teammate and looking for you to take the championship, he raced you hard and got by you, and he went on for the win. So, but second place, are you happy with that, considering everything?
Oh, yeah, I'm definitely happy with that. One rule we have on our team is that we don't race each other as passive as some teams do. We really race each other hard. That's the way we tell each other to do it. It just always ends up working better that way. Bradner's really aggressive, but he's really fast. So.
Oh yeah, he's fast every week, and I know you guys pretty much use the same setup. You might alter him a little bit to suit you personally, but man, for having the same setup, and he's just that much faster. He definitely is a good racer. There ain't no getting around that. But you did a fantastic job out here tonight, Jeff. And if you don't mind, stay in here for a little bit, and we'll get the word, I guess, from the officials and find out if you are the champion. Okay?
Yes, sir.
So, well, thanks for chatting with me, and anybody you want to thank.
Just my whole team. We work so hard together, and we're so successful. We all know our place. We got drivers, we got builders. Bradner, he's a driver. When I give him a setup, he gives us feedback, and sometimes it's just, those people that give us the feedback. It's just awesome.
Yes, sir. All right, buddy. Well, thanks for talking with us, and stick around for a minute, and we'll get here and talk to Mike Vining real quick. Mike, you got a copy?
2-4.
Well, you come in third tonight, brother. Not a bad run, considering everything. You came from 12th place up to third. Great run. A few cautions out there, 8 cautions, but good racing all the way around the track. It seemed like it was a lot of fun, and you kept your car pretty clean tonight. How did you manage that?
Honestly, I'm not sure. I'll tell you what, it took all year, but I finally got into the top 3. You believe that?
Yeah, that's pretty awesome, man.
Believe that?
Great job out there tonight. I got to give you a hand for that one. That was really cool. Well, talk about your racing a little bit out there tonight.
Well, not much to say about the race. Some unfortunate incidences at the end put me in position, but this RPM team just puts together not only a great car, but a great program. I think all these guys, hats off to them.
Absolutely. I got to agree with you, man. It's just it's great to see you guys out there running that good every week. And this season here, like I said to Jeff there, you guys have come leaps and bounds, over last season. And I'm really anxious to see what we're looking at next season. It's going to be pretty cool.
Absolutely. Always something on the horizon, so
Yes,
don't count RPM out.
No, sir. Okay, well, anybody you want to shout out to or thank tonight, Mike?
And just my team, Jeff, Joe, Roger, Steven, good Lord, Kevin, everybody. I can't think of names, I'm ecstatic about being in third. You believe that shit? All year, but I'm here.
There you go. Well, hey, hard work and determination will get it every time, brother.
Thank you very much, Rudy.
Okay, thank you, Mike. All right, let me see if I can get Randall up here. I'm sure he's probably busy tallying points up right now. Randall, are you there? Randall?
Yeah, what's up, Rudy?
Yeah, hey, we were just kind of curious to see if you tallied up the points there and who might be the champion.
I didn't tally up the points, but it's pretty evident that Jeffrey Porter has it. Unfortunately, just tonight, with Travis not showing up due to they have tornadoes in his area, supposedly they lost the power lines, and from what I heard, Galen was having internet issues as well where he lives for similar reasons. So basically, by default, Jeffrey won. So congratulations to Jeffrey Porter from RPM for taking home his first championship. So congrats, Jeff.
Thank you.
Or anything?
I know it's probably not the way you would have liked to have won it, Jeff. I know you and how you race. So, but at the same time, congrats regardless.
Well, we were talking about next season, Scott, about with the way RPM's been running this season, yourself included, because you came from way back in the field, 16th place, and finished in the top 5. So that's pretty amazing. That really set the tone for RPM this season. And as I told them guys, I'm kind of anxious to see what next season's going to bring with RPM. Any highlights on that you can share with us?
The only thing I will say is whatever iRacing throws at us, the guys in our shop, everybody on RPM who puts their hands on these sets, they always seem to figure something out and tweak it the right way that we're fast. So hopefully we'll be fast. The next thing iRacing throws at us, and I know Mr. Porter here is a big contributor on that front, so that's a big reason why he won the championship, despite how he got it. Regardless, he was still very worthy of it based on him running up front all season. So congrats to him. And I know RPM has been fast, and hopefully we'll continue to be fast. So
very good, very good. Well, how many weeks are you guys going to be off now?
We have tomorrow's finale for trucks, and which we have a great race. There. I think there's only like 17 points, 16 points top separating the top 3 drivers, so that should be good. But another double points race, it'll be interesting to see who comes out on there. And then as far as the break, we're looking at about a 2 to 3 week break. It's TBD at this moment.
Okay, all right. Well, keep me informed of it, brother. Don't keep me in the loop.
Will do, my friend, and thank you again for doing a great job like you always do, Rudy. MaxSpeedTV does a phenomenal job.
All right, well, thank you. I appreciate that very much, Randall. I try and I work so hard at it. But anyhow, thank you guys for a great season, and congrats to Jeffrey Porter for a championship. Congrats tonight to Thomas Brander for the win. And we're going to run down through the results here real quick, guys. We'll get out of here, and looking forward to seeing you guys tomorrow night in the Truck Series race right here at Homestead, 125 laps. A very, very close battle, and Randall, you're in it. You're in third.
Yeah, I'm hoping I can make it. I do have a prior engagement earlier, and there's a 90% chance I might not make it, which is really good. It was just going to eat me alive because I've been here all season fighting my way for that championship. So I'm hoping I can get there. I know tonight I had some problems with the update and couldn't get my game to go until literally 2 minutes before the server was ready to go to race. So
oh man.
I'm praying that I can get back in time. There's a small percentage chance I might make it. It just depends if I haul butt coming home.
Wow. All right. Well, we'll be looking forward to hopefully seeing you there tomorrow night, challenging with them 2 young bucks up there in the points lead, Daniel Smallwood and Thomas Keene. Only 3 points separating them 2, so that's going to be one heck of a battle. And all it would take
if I don't make it home in time, Rudy, I will join you in the booth once I get back home. So
okay, very cool, very cool. But that could potentially, if you can get in there and race, if something happened to one or both of them, you could come home the champion tomorrow night.
So, yeah, look what happened to me tonight.
Yeah, there you go.
anything is possible. I mean, if you look at the situation, I mean, I know Travis had all intentions of being here tonight, and unfortunately he used up his 2 provisionals. So had he had a provisional, who knows? Maybe that would have got him the championship. It would have been close. So that's for sure.
Right. Okay, guys. Well, let me run down through the results, and I'll talk to you here in a minute. Back up here to our winner, tonight's winner, Thomas Brander. Let's run down through the results here. Jeffrey Porter, our champion tonight by default, coming in second. Mike Vining third. Randall Drake fourth. Sean Medling in fifth. Quinn Johnson in sixth. Nathan Sedlick finishing seventh. Tony DeGennaro eighth. Joe Roberts ninth. Roger Wagner finishing 10th. Stephen Pearson 11th. Michael Livey in 12th. Kevin Spaulding 13th, Daniel Smallwood finishing 14th, Brandon Kreutz in 15th, Johnny Reed Foley 16th, Jesse James 17th, and Lee Horner in 18th. So again, congratulations here to our winner tonight, Thomas Brander, and our champion, Jeff Porter for IWCR. We'll see you tomorrow night at the Truck Series race here at Homestead. Hopefully you all tune in for that. And that should be a great, great championship. Looking to crown a champion in there tomorrow night. So until then, folks, stay safe and have a good night.